Hi, it's Levi, and we are the all-weather system. Today, Kai and me are going to be setting up the air bubbler for our aquarium. Okay, so we just got back from the local pet store, and we got little pumpy pump, which we're going to unbox. And then I also got some tap water safe because although our tap water is actually really good and doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, its hardness and the alkalinity is quite bad, so we're hoping this may help with that. I don't know. And we've also got this, which should balance out the carbonates, because my god, have we got a lot of those. And I think this does... It says that it touches the pH. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't, because our pH is fine for shrimp, but we'll see how that goes. But that'll be getting put into the water that we've got set aside ready for the water change, which comes later. Woo! Okay, so I got the AP Mini, this brand into I can't read that. Sorry, dyslexia problems. So there's lots of different models, but I got the Mini because we just want a little teeny air stone, because it's a teeny tank, and in here, just move that. In here we've got this giant filter, which is more than adequate for this size tank. Like it's for a bigger tank, so it's cycling pretty quick. There's a lot of mess in the tank at the moment, which is fine. And as you can see, we're starting to get little residues of things, which means the algae is starting to actually build up in the tank. So you get bad algae, and then the good algae eats the bad algae, and then the little good bacterias will eat whatever comes off of that. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me, okay? I'm not the fish expert. So we got this little AP Mini. It is recommended for 20 liters less than what my tank actually is. But like I said, I only want a small one. I'm putting shrimp in here. We're having these tiny fish in here for a while. Anything bigger, they're just not going to be able to swim. So just a little 60 liters an hour. So that's pretty good. And then it's not a very high pressure. I was going to get this one, but we didn't really want to put a 12-inch air stone in our tank. So let's see what we get in the actual thing, because I bought this, and then I got little bubblers, and then I got the little valve, which I'll explain when we make it. So hopefully, I'm hoping this comes with the actual tubing, because I don't actually have any tubing anywhere. I thought I did, I don't. Okay, so let's get inside it. Let's see if I can open this one-handed. Yeah, boy. And we have tube. Yeah, tubey tube. And it comes with one of these, so that's great. I didn't need to buy these, but whatever. And, ooh, hello. Pump. It's a cute little pump. I've used this one before, so I know how it works. On a tropical tank I had. Definitely not just throwing everything behind me. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to get this set up, but I'm going to turn the camera around so you can watch me doing it. Ooh, you're so lucky. Okay, so just going to undo the little tubey tube. It gives you quite a lot of tube, actually. I'm quite impressed with that. So what you do is you cut this into two, and then you put the bit that goes from the air stone out of the tank, so probably about that much, I reckon I'll probably use. And then you stick the little valvey valve on it, and then you stick the next bit back to it, attach that here to the pump, and then you're kind of done. There is nothing to keep the bubbler in the tank, so it's just going to kind of dangle for now. We'll figure something out at some point. So yeah, I'm just going to... Do you know what? I might cut that bit off, because that's a bit... It's not great. So yeah, if you can see, that's got like a kink in it. If you can see that. Little kink. I don't want a kink in my... Don't want no kinky tubes. This is really good for people with zero grip strength. If I can get that in there. I'm just pushing it hard. Push it hard. Fish. I mean, this isn't going to come off here, to be fair, so it doesn't really need to go all the way on. But I'm a perfectionist, baby. Okay, cool. So that's on there. Woo, little dangly baby. And then I kind of want it down in the tank. Sorry, let's see, I'm just measuring against the tank. So I want about there. Then that's going to come out of there, so put the return valve about here. So you just snip that little thing. And now I have two pieces. This little valvey, you put it so that the black is facing downward. This is all quite cheap, to be fair. This was $3.99, and the spare air stones were $2.50, so $2.52, something like that. That was facing down. Literally just ignored my own advice. I'm gonna shove that little friend on there. Woo! And then grab the next one. Like I said, it's sort of things super easy to do. I know a lot of people are put off by aquariums because they think it's really, really complicated, but it's really not. And once you've done it once, you know exactly what you're doing, so. Because of the return valve, I can actually stick this on the floor, so I don't have to have it vibrating on the counter. So with the filter, we've got the wire coming up, and then we've got a plug there to plug it in so that no water can like drip down and go down to the electrics. Now, the point of this little valve is so that no water can come back through here, so it actually stops any water getting back into the pump, so you can actually put the pump lower than the tank, which makes life easy for me because we've only got a teeny tiny shelf to stick shit on. So woo, that can go on the floor with the rest of the crap. Yeah, so I'm going to plug this in under the desk, and then actually I'm not going to plug it in first. I'm going to stick it in the water first because I'm not stupid. See, I tried to break it, but I'm not going to do that. I just want to make sure that's probably a really bad face. Edit out my face. Right, there we go. That's all in there. Woo. Cute little pump. These are quite noisy, these ones. Like, found that from other fish tanks we've had. It's quite noisy, but whatever. Do you know what I've just done? Look, this is my smartness. So, I have to feed the little tube through this hole here, so that the bubble stone can go down here. Actually, I think I'm going to put the bubble stone here through this one. And I've already attached it to this. So, you see my issue. I'm just going to redo that quickly. And pretend I didn't do that, because I'm not that dumb. I'm not. I mean, I am kind of that dumb. Shh. Don't tell anyone, okay? So, I'm just feeding it through here. Feedy. Which this tank that I bought, it was cheap. It was like £90. But that's mainly because it doesn't come with a light or anything. It did come with like a heater, and it came with a little pump, but I'm not using that. The filter pump I'm going to use on a separate tank when I buy it. Oh goody, look at this. Again with the smarts. See? Really freaking smart I am. Okay, I'm gonna fix that, and I'll get back to you. So that's fixed. Now, the reason I wanted this at the length that I did it is so that it can't pull through. See? Perfect. Little valvey. If it pulls for any reason, it's going to get stuck there. That's down there. That's going to attach to that. That's going to go under there. Well, it's going to attach to that, technically. That's going to go under there, because I have this amazing socket just there ready for everything that's going to be attached to fish tank. Woo! So the bubble stone at the moment is kind of just dangling in the tank. I'm thinking I'm going to have to stick it through my little tile ornament, which they don't swim through anyway, so I think that might work. So I say that and there's literally a fish playing with the tires. Okay, so I was thinking of just sticking it into here so that it jams, and then the bubbles will come up through that, because at the moment, this is what's going on. Which may work. I don't know. What I really want to do is get some suction cup things that suction on, and you can just push into there. But I don't have one, and the store didn't have one, so. That's what happens when your store is about the size of my bedroom. But that's fine, I'm not complaining. They sell like loads, it's not just a fish place, they sell loads and loads of different pet stuff, so I'm not really complaining, but they're very minimal on the fish stuff, and I don't want to have to go all the way across town to go to the bigger place that has more aquarium stuff, because I can't walk that far. It's kind of a struggle getting to the one I get to. Okay, so I'm just going to get this set up, and then I will video me plugging it in. Okay, I have plugged it in. There's like very minimal bubbles. Like, I thought this was going to be better than it is. Okay, so I'll just show you what's going on right now. So there's like 2 bubbles coming off this thing. I'm not even kidding. So I was going to stick it in there, but I don't think there's any real point. I'm just gonna have it dangle there. Dangling's fine. Fish don't seem to mind. They're tiny fish anyway, so honestly it doesn't really matter. It's not going to bother them. See? And that's just gonna bubble there. I kind of like it, actually. See? That fish seems to like it. That's just going to add a little bit more. Like, they've got a ton of oxygen. That's just going to add a little bit more oxygen until I can get this planted out. Because I can't put the plants in there yet. Because this is going to be soil. And then we're going to plant here for the shrimp, obviously. But we can't do that while the tank is cycling, because the plants will get rid of all the algae. And we need the algae. The algae is an integral part of this whole cycling process. But yeah, that is what I have achieved today. I feel amazing for it. That bubble stone is pathetic, but that's fine. We like pathetic bubble stones. Is it even bubbling? So I'm going to read and see if I've done this right, because it bubbled. Look, it's bubbling a teeny bit. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be better than that. So I'm going to just have a quick read up and see if I did anything wrong. Okay, first thing I did wrong, I put the valve doodah next to the air stone, whereas the valve's supposed to go next to the pump. Again, I'm not the fish expert, Teddy is. And he was just like, dude, you've done this wrong. So before I even opened up the little doodah, he's like, yeah, that's wrong. And secondly, if there's any kinks, apparently that's not going to have a lot of bubbles in it. So yes, it should be bubbling more than that. So I'm going to put this thing where it's supposed to go, and we'll see if that solves the problem. You know, it's very important to be able to admit when you are wrong, okay? So the first thing, obviously, I did wrong. Second thing I did wrong was this little dude I had round the wrong way. So he's now round the right way. He's also closer to this thing. I mean, it's supposed to be there, but I'm not fighting, okay? This is fine. This is fine. This is all going to be good. That is back in there. And Dangle's better. And I'm just going to plug him in. And we'll see if this explodes. Ugh. Right. Let's see how it goes. There you go, see? Look what happens when you do it right. Look at that. Look at that sexy little air stone. Look at the fish loving the little air stone. You're going to get so much more oxygen, my little friends. Just because during the cycling process, they're going to have a lot of... not a lot of nitrates. They're going to have a bit of nitrate in there. They're going to have some nitrates in there. They're going to have some... well, we haven't really got any ammonia in there, but they will get ammonia in there. So they're going to need as much oxygen as possible to get them through this cycling process. Now, my friend was saying that if they survive this cycling process, I don't have to give them back if I want to keep them, because they will be able to live with shrimp. And we wanted to get some killifish, and apparently they'll live with those too. So these are cloud something minnows. Cloud... I'll look it up and I'll put the words there, what they are. But they're some form of minnow anyway. They're going to grow about this big. They're not going to stay in this tank. I mean, it's going to take them about a year to get that big. So we're getting a bigger tank. We're getting a lot of bigger tanks. Let's be shh. We're getting some other tanks anyway, because we love fish. So they will eventually be moved once they're bigger and the killifish get to the same size. So we'll have the 8 of these. We'll probably have about 6 killifish, and then they'll live together in a community tank. And then the shrimps and snails will stay in this one. The shrimps are going to be breeder fish, so they'll breed, and then hopefully actually the minnows in that breed too. And they will basically feed other aquariums as like little snacks. It'll be great. It's going to be fine. We're gonna have an entire, like, I was going to say economy. It's not an economy. Whatever the word is. Ecosystem. Boom. we're gonna grow our food. We're gonna feed the fish. We're gonna continue to grow the food, feed the fish. Boom, 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 boom. It's great. Okay, so this was me setting up a bubble stone. Took way longer than it needed to, and that's my segment done. Bye. I just wanted to add sort of like a little explanation as to why we still uploaded this video. So the whole point of our channel is to show what it's like living with DID when you're a healed system. So basically everybody gets their time in the body, everybody gets to do what they want. Kai chose to do a segment on setting up the fish bubbler for the fish tank. Now, we could have just got him to redo his segment when, you know, he realized that certain things have been done wrong. But instead, we decided to let him keep it because that was what he wanted to do. And it also kind of shows what it's like to live with an altar like that. So, like, he's very outgoing, he's very happy, he's very... I was going to say eccentric. I don't know. But he likes to just get on, do things his way, etc. Now, he's always going around the house, he'll break stuff, we'll get a brand new something, he doesn't read the instructions, it ends up broken. And it's kind of like a ongoing system joke that it's really fun to live with Kai, because obviously these things happen. I could have just easily come in and done, like, the segment myself, being the person, you know, that understands fish tanks and aquariums and what I'm supposed to do. But instead of me coming in and just redoing it, I just decided to edit it with some funny anecdote kind of notes to it, just to show, like, our differences in who we are. So anyway, I'm gonna let him get on with the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Hi, it's Levi again. I didn't end up filming with Kai because my accent and his, we couldn't co-front together. It was messing us up, so I just said to him, you do it, I'll sit in the background and I'll make my own segment after. So I'm sorry about that. So I figured I'd do a altar introduction instead. So here it is. My name is Levi. I am an age slider between 17 and 21, so I'm around that age somewhere. My main job is to protect Jax and the other Jaxes in our subsystem. If you want to know what a subsystem is, buckle up. So basically, it's like having a little family or a cluster of altars who all split off, mainly off of one person. So we assume we all came from Jax, so we're called Jaxes. He's the host of our subsystem. And then basically we have little mini roles within the subsystem, which mirrors what you would have in the bigger, wider system. Jax is core of the system as a whole, but he's host of our subsystem as well. So what that means is he is in charge of it. His rules are the ones that we go by. I'm the protector for that system, so I'm a persecutor protector. So my way of protecting isn't always the most friendly, but I get my job done. Basically, you would find in the subsystems that you have every kind of role like you would have in the bigger system. It's just we protect the Jaxes, our own kind, before we would protect the rest of the system. So although some of our jobs overlap, they don't always overlap. Like me, I literally just protect Jaxes. I don't protect anybody in the bigger system. That's just how it is. So about me, kind of what you see is what you get. My other role in the big system was to just get us away from danger. So if there was something happening at home and we couldn't deal with it, I would just take us out of the home and get as far away from that as possible till everything calmed down. Other than that, I didn't really do a lot. I like to stay to myself. I like to keep to myself. And that's just kind of my personality in general. Nowadays, I'm usually triggered out when we go shopping. That's because we don't really like shopping. We have a lot of anxiety around other people, which, you know, rightly so. So sometimes I will come out. The Jaxes tend to do the shopping, and I will come out if there's anything that's upsetting one of them or making one of them a little anxious. So that's kind of what I do. So yeah, that's me. I hope you enjoyed watching Kai mess up the fish tank. Teddy definitely enjoyed editing that. Definitely didn't give him anxiety or make him want to cry. And yeah, if you would like to leave a like and subscribe to us, the content is going to get a lot more colorful as we go on. Our F&D is playing up at the moment, so we're not really going out and doing stuff, so we're just videoing some stuff inside. We're going to do a couple of little mini videos on some of the struggles that we have. We'll have more videos on the DID too. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one.